I did it! Hey man, it's the Church of Spencetology podcast. Howdy, my name is Spence. If this is the first time listening or you don't know anything about me, I am the former co-host on the morning show on 98.5 KLUC in Las Vegas. And because I am the former co-host, I think we need to do one of these.
Unemployment watch! Unemployment watch! Unemployment watch!
Yeah, that would be 22 days and counting. I made a reference in last week's episode about bridesmaids. You know, because you go out to dinner or whatever, and your friends tend to buy your lunch because they feel bad because you're unemployed. And help me, I'm poor. I watch Bridesmaids again because I have all this time on my hands. And so there's a point in the movie where Kristen Wiig is at home and she's watching Castaway and she's crying because he lost Wilson. You know, we all cried at that. And she's lost her job. She's lost her roommate. She's living with her mom, and she's had sex with the trooper, but then didn't call him back. That part has not happened to me. The crying, the moving back in with my mom, that's all about to happen. But then finally she gets snapped out of it because Melissa McCarthy comes over and slaps shit out of her. So that's kind of where we are with Unemployment Watch right now for your boy Spence. By the way, thank you so much for all the well wishes and the people reaching out, whether it's text message or DMs on Insta or Twitter. Vegas Drea, a friend of ours, put out a petition, which is wonderful. It, as I told her, it's very sweet, and I'm very thankful, but it's not going to affect any change. Mainly because only 7 people signed it. We probably need more of an outpouring of support. But I want to make this clear because people have said, "Oh, it's not the same. I don't listen without you." And that's very nice for you to be supportive. I have friends over there. I want them to succeed. I just don't want them to do better than when I was there. Does that make sense? I think it's only fair. So coming up on this episode of the Church of Spencetology podcast, we're going to play a couple of rounds of this.
Stop it!
So I should just stop it.
S-T-O-P, new word, I-T.
We'll talk about Pamela Anderson getting married for the 5th time, Derek Jeter being 1 vote shy of being a unanimous Hall of Fame inductee, and we'll also talk about washing your hands when you're at home after you use the potty. Apparently a lot of people don't. So we'll cover all of that. Also, Tebow got laid. Hey! Everybody take an E! We're going to discuss why not having sex before marriage is an incredibly stupid idea. We also have a song of the week celebrating Tebow's losing the virginity. That's on the way in a second. But first, God moves in mysterious ways. A woman demands that a fellow shopper repents.
I'm just trying to help you.
I'm sorry, but I don't need your help.
Yes, you do, mother. You do need my help, sir. Can't you see that, you son of a bitch?
Could you please just let me check out my groceries?
I'm trying to help you, mother.
Wow, this is...
You gotta ask Jesus Christ.
I don't have to do anything.
We're all sinners.
Okay.
He's not gonna force you to do it.
You're sinning right now.
No, I'm not, mother. You accuser. Get the out of here, you accuser. You mother accuser. Get the out of here.
Wow.
You mother accuser. Accuser of the brethren, you mother.
Excuse me.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I ask you what's going on?
I'm pissed because he won't repent.
That is amazing and biblical. It's scripture, I believe. Listen to her entire rant. I think that's 2 Corinthians. Pretty 2nd or 3rd Corinthians. I don't know. Look it up, you heathen. She sounds like a drill sergeant at like Jehovah Witness boot camp. If the Jehovah Witnesses, they came to my door yesterday, nice people. But if they went that route, I'm like, okay, I repent. Give me the watchtower, whatever you want. No blood transfusions. I'm in. I repent. Okay, let's play. Let's play something we call Stop It.
Stop it!
So I should just stop it.
S-T-O-P, new word, I-T.
Pamela Anderson is she secretly married Hollywood producer John Peters. Monday night on MLK Day. Oh, it's the fifth marriage for both of them. He's 74, she's 52. Apparently, they dated back in the day. They met at the Playboy Mansion because that's how you did it back in the day in the Hollywoods. What I love, though, is it's the fifth marriage for both of them. Now, that sounds somewhat reasonable, but it's actually 10 marriages total. Okay, 9, right? Because she's had 4 and he's had 4, and combined, it's their 5th. So that's like 9 between them, 9 different times they've decided to get married. 9 different times. Now, Pam Anderson has been married to Kid Rock, which I'm sure she regrets. Who wouldn't? Tommy Lee, obviously. Rick Solomon. He was the one that was in the One Night in Paris video with Paris Hilton. So 2 of the 3 that we know of, they swing hammers. So you got to figure that Kid Rock's got a hammer, right? She's not going to marry, you know what I'm saying? And that would also try to tell me that this John Peters guy, even though 22 years her senior, is swinging a hammer. Would make sense. But listen, I'm married. I'm not a big proponent of marriage. I don't find it to be very realistic. Do they go into the marriage thinking, "Oh yeah, this will work out"? Do they go, "Oh, you know what? The 10th time is the charm"? That's what they say. That's. I read that somewhere, a bumper sticker, or I don't know where I saw it. Maybe it was a red book. But basically, the 10th time is the charge. Do they really believe that? Does Pam Anderson and this John Peters guy go, "You know what? All those other times, it's just a trial run. This is the one. This is the person who's going to make me happy for the rest of their lives." And it might be accurate because their lives, not much left for John. He's at 74. He's reaching, shelf life pretty quickly, expiration date. But let's be honest. I get it if you F up once and you get married. I've been divorced. Maybe once, twice. Okay, cool. All right, fine. You messed up. You were young, okay? You didn't know what you want. You didn't know what you wanted back then. But now at 52 or 74, you do. Everybody, stop getting married. Stop it!
Stop it!
So I should just stop it.
STOP, new word, IT.
Derek Jeter got screwed, man! I don't even like baseball, and I know he got screwed. 396 of the possible 397 ballots cast by the Baseball Writers Association of America went for him to go in the Hall of Fame. One vote from being unanimous. And let me say again, I find baseball to be incredibly boring. It's 9 guys standing around. Here's some proof. I don't give a about baseball. How lame is the grand old game? Give me March Madness or MMA or a good matchup in the WNBA. Root for football season. Anything's better, I confess. 'Cause it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, who cares? I'd rather watch Say Yes to the Dress. I love Say Yes to the Dress, and I don't care who knows it. So Jeter goes in with a guy named Larry Walker. And I guess Larry played for the Rockies, Cardinals, and the Expos even back in the day. Guys that didn't make the cut, world-renowned a-hole Curt Schilling, cheaters Roger Clemens and Barry Bonds, and then Omar Vizquel just missed the cut. 396 of the 397 ballots, as I mentioned. So one guy from Boston, probably, didn't vote Jeter in for the first-time ballot, which is ridiculous. And to whomever you are, stop it!
Stop it!
So I should just stop it.
STOP, new word, IT.
You know how they say like a flu or something's going around and it usually passes through a family? Oh, there's a new study that finds out why. 25,000 Americans asked if they wash their hands with soap after using the bathroom at home. Only 58% of us always do. 35% said they do at least sometimes. 4% said rarely. 1% says they never wash their hands while at home. And if you're under the age of 35, you're a bunch of stinky, disease-ridden scumbags. You don't wash your hands at all. I'll be honest, at work, I am religious about it. I wash my hands. Well, when I had a job, I would wash my hands. At home? Come on. I know you're not going to want to shake my hand next time I see you, but the fact is, it's not a good thing, and I probably should wash my hands more often while at home, but it's your own scent. Who doesn't love their own flavor, right? But if I do come out of the bathroom and someone says, "You didn't wash your hands," this is how I reply.
You f***ing accuser! Get the f*** out of here, you f***ing accuser! You mother accuser! Get the f*** out of here!
Wow.
You mother accuser! Accuser of the brethren, you mother.
That is awesome. So, for those of you, the stop it doesn't really work here. If you're not washing your hands after you go to the bathroom at home, stop it!
Stop it!
So I should just stop it.
S-T-O-P, new word, I-T.
Coming up next on the Church of Spencetology podcast, Tim Tebow punched his V card. Yeah, 32 years of celibacy down the toilet because homeboy got married. We'll talk about that and how waiting till you get married to have sex is a bad thing. Also, a song about that very situation. And the Church of Spencetology podcast is brought to you by agnosticmingle.com. For those that aren't really sure if they believe in a soulmate, agnosticmingle.com.
We understand that you're skeptical about online dating, and you have no way of knowing whether your soulmate even exists. Welcome to agnosticmingle.com. You're single and agnostic. You're not sure what you want or even positive what you're looking for. All you do know is you're f***ing lonely. At agnosticmingle.com, you'll meet singles who aren't convinced that they believe in love, but like you are also pretty horny. Simply go to agnosticmingle.com, browse thousands of unsubstantiated matches, vacillate as to whether or not to contact them, realizing there's no real proof that they are who they say they are. Check yes, check no, or remain undecided. It's okay at agnosticmingle.com. God only knows if you'll find your perfect match on agnosticmingle.com. Well, I mean, if there is a God. agnosticmingle.com, connecting the indecisive with the uncertain since 1998.
It is the Church of Spencetology podcast. My name is Spence, and big news for Tim Tebow and his loins. Over the weekend, the former Florida standout, was he a Heisman Trophy winner? I think he was. He played for the Broncos in the NFL for a bit. He's still in the New York Mets farm system. Guy's pretty talented. But finally, he got married in South Africa to Demi-Leigh Nel-Peters, former Miss Universe. And what that means, everybody take a knee! Tim Tebow got laid. Now, there are some friends of mine that don't believe that he held on to the V card, but he was very committed to it. On his eye black, he put John 3:16, very religious, very good Christian man, and he's now married, which means his new wife, Demi-Leigh Nel-Peters, was to be the first ever to experience the wonder that is Tim Tebow. By the way, his wife, you want to talk about a pain in the ass? First of all, Miss Universe from South Africa. Her name is Demi-Leigh Nel-Peters with 2 hyphens. Demi-Leigh Nel-Peters. You know what a pain in the ass this woman is? 2 hyphens? 2 hyphens? I don't know if she was a virgin going in. I don't. I'm assuming that she has had experiences outside of Mr. Tebow, her husband. And I just think it's a bad idea. I know if you're religious, you wait until you get married. And I'm not against you doing whatever you want to do with your body and making that decision. But if you want your marriage to last, you gotta have sex before marriage. You don't know what's going on. Charlize Theron dated a guy she was so hot for. They were in the make-out point. They were going to do it. Found out that he likes to make out with noses. He asked her to make out with his nose. Okay? This guy's hot, perfect in every way. He has to be. He's in bed with Charlize Theron. She finds out then. You think Charlize wants to find that out on their wedding night, in their wedding bed, that she's married a nose humper, a nose maker outer? She doesn't want to find that out. And I'm sure in the dry humping part of Tim Tebow and pain in the ass Nel-Peters, she got an idea. Okay, she got an idea of what he was packing. So there wasn't if that's important to you, there wasn't a size issue. And I'm sure because she's a Miss Universe, he had no fear of what she would look like naked. But there are things you don't know. There are parts of the body that remain unexplored until you have sex with them. And how many of you among us right now maybe got lucky and got to have sex with somebody that was just hot? I mean, like, oh my God, this is a dream come true. And then you got into the sex and you're like, oh my God, this is not good at all. I don't want, he's beautiful. I mean, he checks all the boxes except for a couple. I will never have sex with that guy again, right? This is why you should always have sex before you get married. It's doing what Tim Tebow did is kind of like buying a car without driving it first. Hear me out on this. You see this beautiful car. It's the car you've always wanted. The body is amazing. It's sporty. It's sexy. It's fast. It's perfectly designed. You open the doors. You look inside. Oh, the interior's beautiful. Oh, what a beautiful interior. You fall in love with the interior. You even think to yourself, man, even if it didn't have this great racy body, I would just love the interior. Okay? And maybe through the process you pop the hood. Sure. And maybe you pop the hood and you go, wow, impressive horsepower. I didn't expect that. Or maybe you pop the hood and you go, well, it's not the most powerful car I've ever driven, but it'll get me, to my destination. Okay? But you still haven't driven the car. Okay, everything looks great, but you haven't driven the car. And then you go ahead and take a test drive, and the car's a clunker. Okay? It's a 4-banger minus 3.5 bangs. It doesn't handle well, and you want to put on the brakes. But you can't, because you already bought the damn car. And what happens in this type of situation is you're now stuck with a car that you don't want to drive. And eventually, you don't put it up for sale right away, but you kick it to the curb. You park it on the street. And you only drive it when you have to. And when you're not driving it, well, all of a sudden, these strange cars are parking in your garage. Big trucks. Maybe a cute little compact. White cars. Black cars. And during the day, you find yourself sneaking out to random car dealerships to test drive all kinds of cars. Maybe you have a company car. It's all bought and paid for. You just have to drive it. In some cases, I've even heard of people that get rental cars. Yes, you see how it ties in together? Sure you do. What my experience is, that's why most people prefer older models, because they've been around the track a few times and know when to go fast and know when to slow it down. Tebow, you made a mistake. Should have got some practice rounds in, kid, before you committed to it. You don't know what you're getting into, man. And we have a song just for you. Here's to Tim Tebow. Take a knee. Timmy got laid.
He made it through the abstinence all the way to 32. Making out and some dry humping was all that he would do. In the sheets, he's complete. Didn't last more than a minute or two, but he closed the deal. Stamp the V card for real. Tebow, we're so proud of you. Tim's not a virgin. Got some for the very first time. Tim's not a virgin. He's been unleashed, wants it all the time. He's not a virgin. Ooh, way to go, Tim.
Way to go, Tim! Tim Tebow, not a virgin anymore. He got married, honeymoon, pow! I have a question, though. If you are super religious like Tim Tebow, if you're that level of religious, do you have to say grace before oral sex? I'm going to leave you with that one. It's the Church of Spencetology podcast. Hey, man, follow me on all the socials. It's all at Spencetology, Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and YouTube. I'm posting new content all the time. And check out my website if you're not already here at Spencetology.com. I'll keep you updated with what's going on in my world. And thank you so much for listening to the Church of Spencetology podcast. Have a great day.
You mother accuser. Accuser of the brethren, you mother